Yes, then, folks. So, what is the favour? What is the favour? Does anyone know? I don't know. I've got no idea. I've just watched Survivor Series War Games, and I'm none the wiser as to uh, who or what Paul Heyman owes to CM Punk in terms of this favour. Yeah, it was. That was a brilliant card of wrestling. Absolutely brilliant. I'm not going to spend too much time doing wrap up because for my American friends and abroad friends, it is now 20 to 3 in the morning in the UK, and I'm extremely tired, but I'll try and walk you through anyway what's happened. So, we started off with the women's War Games match. Absolutely brilliant. Probably my favourite match of the night, I think. Like I usually say, go ahead and watch it because it was just absolutely fantastic. The crowd was really hot for Rhea. All the other ladies worked their asses off. Really, really good. There was this amazing spot where Io Sky put a trash can over her body again for the second year on the bounce, and then jumped off the top of the cage over a load of the other girls in the match. At the same time that Tiffany Stratton did, I think, a moonsault off the top of the cage, which was really, really cool. And also during the match, all the women were like laid out because they'd all beaten the living you know what out of each other. And the only one that was up was Tiffy. And all of a sudden she pulls out the Money in the Bank contract and she stood between Liv and Nia. And I was thinking, aye, is she going to cash in on, because I don't even know the rules on this. I was like, is she going to cash in on both of them? Like, is that even allowed during a War Games match? I've got no idea. But they sort of teased it, and then someone took her out. And anyway, long story short, Rhea did the riptide off the top of the cage. Well, not off the top of the cage, on second, third row on Liv. Pinned her. Her team got the victory. Rhea wins. Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic match. Like I said, go and watch it because I can't really do it justice. There was a load of stuff that happened. Bianca was superb. I did predict that Charlotte Flair was going to be in it. Sadly, that wasn't the case, unfortunately. So that was a really good match. Next was Shinsuke versus LA Knight. Absolutely brilliant match again. It wasn't long, about I'm guessing it was about 10 or 8 minutes, but it told the story, got the two lads where it needed to be. LA Knight kept, I think, purposely botching moves, dropped his title belt, looked really unsure. And that was the story that Cole and Graves were telling at the comms desk. So I'm assuming it was intentional unless LA was having a very, very bad night. But Shinsuke hit the Kinshasa, I will get that right one day. His finishing move, basically the kick, and got the 1-2-3, and he's now your new United States champion. Like I said, again, it was really, really good. I love Shinsuke's new look. I love the entrance. I love his attitude. I love the dark makeup. When he came out, his face looked like it was like sort of blood red on the Titantron. It was really, really good. So props to, I'm assuming it was Triple H who came up with all this with Shinsuke, but props to whoever came up with that. His presentation and his cadence and the way he works the match is now really, really good. I'm so pleased for Shinsuke in general because like, I've been one of those that's been tearing my hair out about this for the last few years. He is one of the best, for me, top 10 wrestlers in the world at the minute. And the way he's been used since he's been in WWE, not brilliant, if I'm being honest. But yeah, really, really good. So hopefully him and LA can run a program. I don't know what they're going to do from there, but there we go. I'm struggling to think of what was the next match. I'll go on to the one I can remember because there was, oh yes, Bron Breakker versus Ludwig Kaiser versus Sheamus. Doesn't need much of a description. Absolute banger. They just like basically beat the living tar out of each other. Really, really good match. And Bron got the win in the end. Hit Sheamus with a couple of spears. And yeah, it was just really, really good. It was just hard hitting full out pelting each other. Ludwig Kaiser was really good, really good. This lad is really going to be something special. Where he goes from here in terms of him and Gunther, I don't know, but I would like to see him get get a run personally with a singles championship, because he is just such a good wrestler, absolutely superb. But yeah, Braun kept the strap on that one. Next match was the world title fight with Gunther and Damian Priest. Again, it was kind of similar to the one I've just described. Hard hitting, beating the tar out of each other. Big moves from Priest, big moves from Gunther. Priest sold a shoulder injury for about halfway into the match, kind of thing. So I'm just being distracted by Rhea Ripley at the minute because they're doing the WWE press conference. So I'm trying not to be distracted. Apologies, copyright people, if you can see it in my glasses. I do apologise. I'm not filming it. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, basically, Priest and Gunther go to the outside of the ring. And you hear Priest, because he was selling 2 lots of injuries at that point. He was saying to the referee, give me a minute. And then all of a sudden, Finn Balor comes out, does the coup de grace off the ring steps, hits Priest. And then all of a sudden, Gunther comes out and super kicks Balor, which I wasn't expecting, but then he pushes him back into the ring, hits a couple of moves, and then basically chokes Priest out. So I'm assuming we're still going to run it back with Balor and Priest. I mean, I thought the feud had kind of ended at this point. Doesn't look like it has. So what Gunther does in the meantime, going towards Rumble season, I don't know. Maybe they're running it up against Priest. I don't know if that was the setup for Balor versus Gunther, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, it was a really good match. And then just quickly, we have the War Games match. Just like I thought it would be. It was absolutely superb, captivating. They built it up really well, because like the sort of minor players in the bloodline, I don't mean that disrespectfully, but like Tamaloa and Jay sort of came out first, and then they sort of built it. And there was a bit where Punk was about to leave the cage, Roman blocks his way, and then Zayn goes in, and then you think Roman's about to go in, and then Punk sort of sneaks past Roman to get out, to be the 4th person to enter the War Games. It was really well done. And then it was basically just all about CM Punk and Roman, which you thought it would be. And there's one point you think their team's going to lose, and Big Bronson Reed goes up to the top of the cage, and you think he's going to splash Roman, but Punk sort of pulls him out of the way at the last minute. It was really well done. I mean, you're talking, it was seconds before Bronson hit that move. He goes through the table, and Roman and Punk are about to shake hands. Fatu then hits Punk before they can shake hands, but at the end, Punk and Roman get the victory when Solo is left on his own, and basically everyone hit his move. It was really well done, actually, because I was thinking at one stage, because the last bit, Solo was sort of on his own, and I was thinking, hang on, wait a minute, are they all going to turn on Roman? Because Roman sort of went a bit further towards Solo, and the rest of them sort of hung back. And I was thinking, no, they're not going to, surely. But no, they all just ended up hitting the moves on Solo. Excuse me. They all ended up hitting the moves, and then Roman speared him and then gets the 1, 2, 3. The only complaint I would have is, I think the experiment with the Bloodline 2.0, I'm not going to say it's ended, but I think they need to go and feud and do something else, because the Bloodline OG is just quite clearly too stacked for them. I just don't think they're believable in terms of being able to beat the OG Bloodline. My suggestion would be, to be honest, until they can bring it back round, I would just have them feud with the Wyatt Six, to be quite honest, because they need something to do, because I know they're in the feud with the Final Testament, but I think maybe after they've done that, maybe you should have the Bloodline versus them, and then that would be a top quality feud. Maybe it might get both of them overlooked. I don't know. I suspect they won't do that. I think they're probably going to stay the course with the Bloodline versus the Bloodline. But yeah, whatever happens, I think they're going to need some star power, really. So whether that's The Rock coming in to oversee him, I don't know. Maybe it's one of the OG Bloodline turning on the OG Bloodline to go and work with them. I don't know, but they need something because there's just not enough star quality in there. But that's a subject for the other day. Anyway, it was a fantastic pay-per-view. Absolutely fantastic pay-per-view. I mean, WWE, to be fair to them, they've hit the ball out of the park with pretty much every single pay-per-view I've seen this year. Yeah, great night. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Really enjoyed it. If you've not seen it, go and check it out on the network, or order the PLE, or whatever the young people call it these days. Overall grade, I thought the whole evening was superb. I would go as far as giving it between an 8.5 and a 9 out of 10. Every single match was class. Absolutely class. And yeah, that's it for me, folks. I'm going to go and get some sleep because it is now 2 to 3 in the morning, and I have to be up for dad reasons. So yeah, I'm going to go to bed. Thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for all the support. If you don't want to see all this big wrap up, I've done shorts for pretty much all the matches apart from the Bron Breakker match because I had to go and do something else. Apologies to Bron, Ludwig and Sheamus for that, but yeah. Great night. Really enjoyed that. So yes, folks, keep an eye on the channel. Thanks again for all the supports. Hoping we can get to sort of 700 before the end of the year. It's been absolutely brilliant. I've loved doing this throughout the year, and hopefully we can have a lot more fun going into next year as well. Next one I'll probably cover will be the Saturday night main event on the 14th, I think, 14th of December, something along them lines. But yeah, lots more to come on the channel. Thanks everyone for watching, and I will see you all soon. Bye-bye.